everybody, this is Minal. Happy 2022. I know that we've been sharing quite a bit of information happening this year, and it just seems like even though this month is just about to end, it's been the first month of 2022, it feels like there is just so much happening. Hi, Smiles for Smiles Beauty, welcome here. Hi, I see you guys are coming in. Hello. As you're coming in, please say hello in the comments so I know that you're here, because I'm trying to talk and I don't want to be putting some the same thing, but I wanted to come on today and do a live Q&A for you guys, because why not? This is the time where I got a lot of questions, especially during the new year. I get a lot of questions about marketing, things that are happening. Instagram's changing. There's a whole feed options happening. Hello, hi, Motan Thompson. Hello, welcome. I see Rose Neerman is here. All of these people are here. Hi, if you're here, make sure you say hello in the comment section so I know who you are. Oh, hello from Florida. Lucky you that you're in Florida. I am in Washington State, and I believe it's about 28 degrees outside. So super jealous. This island girl is super jealous for you guys. As you have the questions coming in, as you have your marketing question, please make sure that your marketing questions are also directly into the comment box. So I will go through them as I'm going and answering all your questions today. So let's dive in. For everybody who doesn't know me just yet, my name is Minal Sampat. I am a marketing strategist, social media coach, best-selling author of my book, Why Your Marketing is Killing Your Business and What to Do About It. I am an enthusiastic shoe lover. If you remember anything about me, remember the fact that I'm an enthusiastic shoe lover. I grew up in the Virgin Islands in St. Thomas, which is amazing and beautiful. I know, what am I doing in cold weather? I don't know either. And then on top of that, I also am a pediatric dental hygienist. So there is a lot of that cool stuff going on, and let's start taking your questions. So I see questions are coming in right now. Question number one, what are some good pediatric giveaways for spring? So here's this is a great question, especially if you're in the pediatric world, right? It depends on, is this giveaway for the patients, the little patients, or is this a giveaway for the parents? Depending on who your audience is, you can figure out what you want to do as a giveaway. Let's say it's for parents. What I always talk about when it comes to marketing is go to the pain points. What is going to make somebody's life easier? Now, if you're doing a raffle, instead of just raffling off a gift card, $25 gift card to Amazon or something like that, I would change that up. And what I would do is, what does a parent want? How about raffling off a house cleaning service? How about perhaps giving as a giveaway a 1 week of like a Blue Apron or, HelloFresh, one of those places that actually sends you meal kits for the entire week, and they don't have to worry about going out grocery shopping and cooking meals every day. What about if you wanted to do something like that, you already have the meals ready inside if you have your practice, if you have a fridge there in the practice, why not keep them ready? And now that you have them, you can give them away to your patients for the week. Take home things, right? So think about, when you're thinking about giveaways, always think about and say, what's going to make their life easier? So as far as the parents go, I would go directly to their pain points. Cleaning service, great. Maybe you can even do a laundry service, great. Maybe you can do take home meals, great. Or meals that are delivered to them, even better. Or maybe you can even do like restaurant pickups, even better, right? So different things that's going to allow them to be there. Now, if your audience are little kids, that's a different thing. With the little kids, you want to try, depending on what age group most of your patients are, you want to do stuff also that they are into. What is something that's really popular right now? Encanto is really popular right now. So what can you do with Encanto? Maybe you can get something, or maybe you can make a little photo area where people will take photos with it. Or maybe you can give away, something perhaps related to that movie. Like, remember when Frozen became really big and everybody wanted to dress up like Frozen and everyone wanted to do that? So start figuring out different ways on what it makes it easier. Clearly, electronic stuff is great. If you want to do electronic stuff, that's amazing, depending on the age group. And you can give out everything from kids' Kindles, all the way out to Apple Watches, depending on where you are and what you want to do. But so many great ideas. Great question, and I hope you got some ideas there. All right, next question that we had come on in was, how do I get one of my team members to help me with marketing? Great question. I think that when it comes to marketing, there is two different levels that you need, right? There is two different parties that have to be involved when it comes to marketing. the first party that has to be involved is you yourself. So even in my own marketing, and trust me, I have a team of like multiple people who are behind the scenes doing some of the stuff that you see. But all of that means that I have to kind of start it. I have to be the visionary and I have to share my ideas. So you do have to be involved, even if you just tell them, hey, for next month, we want to do this. Or, you know what, I really want to focus on this. You have to share those ideas. Now, the second part is that if you want a team member to help you with your marketing, which I believe is one of the best ways to go. Now, this team member does not have to be well-versed in like how to build a website and like what is SEO, right? You have companies that do that. You can have a company that is doing your website, that's doing your SEO, and that's totally okay. But you need a team member inside your practice who's communicating with that company, who lets them know what they want to put up. And when that company calls and it's like, hey, we need some photos of the, of the team and all of it together, then you need somebody who's going to do that. So when you're looking at somebody to be your marketing team member, here are 5 different traits that I want you to focus on. Number 1, is this somebody who actually enjoys marketing? As a marketing strategist and coach, I literally work with team members. I coach team members to do marketing, right? And there are times when I would come across a team member and they would say, yeah, I was helping X, Y, and Z with their marketing, but I really don't understand marketing, or I really don't like marketing. Or I'll get somebody and say like, yeah, they want me to take over their social media, but I'm not even on social media. Like I don't even go on. I don't even know how it functions. So when you have stuff like that happening, that doesn't help you. If you want somebody to be really genuinely connected with you, if you want somebody who's going to go ahead and actually help you with your marketing, that's who you want. You want somebody who enjoys marketing, who lives and breathes marketing. Well, I started, in a dental office, and I can tell you that for me, it was one of the biggest things. Marketing became a huge part of what I do and who I am because I just love it. I fell in love with marketing when I was 12 years old. And if some of you guys may already know that story about me, but for me, that's what I love to do. And because I love to do that, I'm going to work harder and I'm going to experiment and I'm going to Google things I don't know and I'm going to work with coaches and people who can tell me what to do. So the first trait for anybody who wants to do marketing on your team, they have to enjoy marketing. The second trait, they have to be organized. The reason I say that is because, let's face it already, right? Like if you were to just take social media alone, their marketing is a huge field. Social media is a tiny, tiny part of it. Let's just say that we were to take social media alone. This individual needs to be able to create content, get the content, make sure that it's scheduled, make sure that they're communicating, make sure that they're engaging, make sure that they're letting people know what's going on. They may even be helping you with ads. They may be even running campaigns for you, right? And that's just a tiny part of social media. And we have Facebook and we have Instagram and we have LinkedIn and we have TikTok and we have Pinterest and we have YouTube and we have all these channels that people are on social media. So if they are not organized and if they are not reaching for goals, or if they don't know what those goals are, and they don't know that, like if they're just doing marketing to do marketing without having goals, without having results, without knowing the numbers, that's not necessarily going to help you. And this is why I say that you do want somebody who's going to be organized, who has a calendar or who would like to get a calendar, who wants to work with it, right? Most of the teams that I work with in marketing, and I have worked with teams with marketing where there's only one team member who does the marketing, to I have worked with huge corporations and businesses where they literally have marketing departments and teams. And the ones who are successful are the ones who are organized, and the organizations come from reaching a goal. And you can make that goal really simple. You know what? I want to grow our Instagram by 50 followers. Okay, that's the goal, right? This marketing person then is working towards that goal. And in order for you to reach that goal, you do have to be organized. So organization is a big part of that. Hi, I see we have a lot of people who have joined here. Hello. We have dentists in here in the house. We have consultants. We have other companies and marketers. Hi, if you are here, please make sure you say hello in the comment box so that I know you're here. And if you have questions about marketing, this is the time to ask them. Just go ahead and put them in the comment box and we'll make sure that we answer them. So yes, the second trait you want somebody on your team on marketing, they have to be organized. The third trait that I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to be real honest with you guys, because this is just how I am, is you do want somebody who does have an extroverted personality, who does not feel shy about going up to people and talking to them, who is okay to network, who can go up to somebody and say, hey, we're going to take a photo today. Let's go ahead and smile for us. We're going to make a reel. This is how we are going to make this reel, right? You do want somebody who is going to be a little bit extroverted, who's out there, who's confident when they're talking to them, because if they are not, the job is just harder. I'm not saying that you can't have introverts in marketing. I know many wonderful introverts who are in marketing and they're behind the scenes and they're doing a lot of that stuff. But it's one of those things. It's one of those things that you really want somebody who feels comfortable to go out there. Now, if you have an introvert who is very comfortable, who can easily go and talk to people and it's totally okay for them, then that's fine. So the bottom line is the personality matters when it comes to marketing. Unfortunately, again, I have had team members who would, the business owners would say, hey, Minal, this is a person who we are going to have train with you for marketing, coach with you for marketing, and I'll start working with them and I'll go through all of this stuff. And then I get back on the next meeting and I'm like, hey, so what have you done so far? And they would come to me and they're like, I don't feel comfortable talking to, I don't want to go up and ask people for photos and videos. I don't feel comfortable doing that. And it's like, oh, you don't feel comfortable doing that, but that is marketing. Marketing is literally, you have to network, you have to make events happen, you have to social media happen, right? You have to talk to people, you have to engage with them. You have to get on the phones with other marketing companies, you have to talk to them. So that personality is a huge part. So inside your business, who is that person who is outgoing and everybody knows the name and they're the ones who are going to show up to the party and they're going to be the life of the party? Who is that person? So the first thing, they have to enjoy marketing. The second trait, they have to be organized. The third, they need to actually have a personality of outgoing personality and be comfortable talking to people. The fourth thing, they have to be comfortable with technology. They don't have to be tech savvy. That doesn't mean that they have to know everything in tech. It doesn't mean that they have to know how to do the back end of a website and how the back end of the social media platform works and where the insights are. No, but they should be comfortable with technology. Because you see, what happens is that we are living in a world that is extremely tech heavy. And because it's very tech heavy, if you are working with somebody that you give them a job of marketing per se, everything we do right now, no matter what kind of marketing you choose, right? There needs to be a little bit of tech information, even if you are trying to make baskets, right? Let's just say that you're trying to raffle off baskets. Even if you're trying to raffle off baskets, you still need somebody who can easily go online to Amazon and order the items that they need from Amazon and get them delivered to your business to make this basket. And that goes all the way to, being comfortable with videos and everything else, yes. But they just need to be comfortable with technology. And again, I have had team members where they have said, I don't even know how to use my phone properly. And then these are the individuals that they'll put them to do their marketing. And it takes twice as long to teach and to get them comfortable with technology that they really just don't care about. And they don't want to be a part of it. And on the opposite end, I've had team members who love technology or who are willing to learn technology and get obsessed with it and are super into it. And they see results like this and they're also doing the work in half the time. So when you're looking at your internal team marketing members, technology is one of the things that really helpful. And then the fifth one. The fifth one perhaps is the most important one. So once again, all the traits that we're looking into, and I see that we have so many. Hi, Children's Choice Dental. Hello, Delane. Hello, Victoria Mama. I see that you posted a question. I will answer that. Hi, Smile Wonders. Hello, BDBs. Hi, guys. If you're here, please make sure that you say hello in the comment. Ask your marketing questions in the comment. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm doing these questions. All right. So let's talk about this. The fifth trait of having somebody inside your practice do the marketing. Creativity. And I know that that kind of sounds like a very obvious thing. They're like, well, you're doing marketing, so clearly I want to use somebody who's creative. But that we don't always put that down. And because we don't write that down, we don't organically look at that as a trait to have for somebody who's going to help us with our marketing. Clearly, we all know that the more creative you are, the more you're going to get engagement, the more results you're going to get through your marketing, because it's just being creative. It's creativity. Now, even if you're not a creative person, if you do have the ability, again, the tech comfortable, right? Comfortable with tech, to maybe even go online and Google some ideas, or maybe even watch YouTube videos, go onto Pinterest and see how people are teaching you to do some things, and you could bring that creativity to life. That's totally okay too. But you still need to enjoy being creative, and you still need to enjoy that part of, I'm going to try this and we're going to see how this goes. So when you're looking at somebody inside your marketing, these are the 5 traits. So it was a great question that was mentioned by Dr. Jessica, who had messaged me that question and said, what are some of the things that we can look for inside our business for somebody to do our marketing or help with our marketing? Again, I went over with you with the 5 different traits. And again, these are very important traits, because if we can't, get somebody like that, can we always go in moderation? Of course we can, and we could do that too. The second question I got also for the marketing manager inside the business was their pay. Now, this question is clearly very specific to your business, to who you are, to what your goals are with your marketing. If your goals are with your marketing to just get started, and you just want somebody to just get started, then clearly that's a different pay range, because that's a different level of time that they're going to put in, compared to somebody who's like, oh no, I need somebody who's doing marketing, 40 hours a week for us, because this is our goals with our marketing. It depends on who you are, what your goals are with your marketing. And at the same time, it also depends, and this is a really important part about it, when it comes to your budgeting, it also depends on how you budget for something like this. You can have individuals who help you with marketing inside your business from $15 an hour, to $125 an hour. You can also create different bonus structures where you do have a base pay, but then you have a goal, right? The marketing individual has a goal, and if they have a goal, and if they reach that goal, they get bonuses for those goals. I really love the idea of a bonus goal. That's because now they have some skin in the game. They get excited and they want to share where they are by reaching that goal. They want to talk to you about it. So I am all about creating a base pay, which is again a good pay, but at the same time creating bonus structures with your goals in mind, so that everybody's working towards reaching that goal. And it's not something that's just on the back end and it's like, oh yeah, we're supposed to do this, or yeah, we're supposed to reach this goal and we'll get there. But if you make it a part of a bonus structure, they are not only just, excited about it, but they are financially excited about it, right? So different ways, depending on where you are in your journey with your marketing, it works. And like I said, for me, I have worked with team members where it's just only one person doing 2 hours a week of marketing, to literally marketing teams and marketing departments for companies. Depends on where you are. So amazing, great question. I see we had a question here from, hello, I'm wondering what your best or top tip for marketing your book is. Oh man, I know. So marketing the book, right? So I do have a book, and there are so many different ways that you could do to market your book. In fact, there is this week itself, I'm going to be sharing a carousel post on my IG page, where I go over 10 different ways to market your book. One of the first ways that, and I'll give you one tip tonight, and then you will read all those tips. But one of the tips that you have, especially to market your book, is the readers need to know the content in the book is actually valuable content. Usually what happens is that we try to market a book and we talk about it in a way where it's a product. The book becomes a product. And when you have a product, many times we forget to place value on it. The value part is the important part. That's tip number 1. What is the value of this book? If I don't have this book, if I don't read this book, what am I missing out on? Now, for me, clearly, putting that in the title directly, why your marketing is killing your business itself, is, what is she talking about? Am I doing something that's killing my business? Or what should I not do that's going to kill my business, right? So people are naturally inclined to do that, and they want to pick up that book because there's a hook on that title. But the other part of it is also you want to share that other people are also finding it valuable. So creating buzz around your book it's a big thing to do. And that means that having people share photos when they buy a book. That means that when somebody sends you a review, you actually reply back. The biggest and the hilarious thing with when my book launch happened was we had all these people who bought books. And then when I got, my books are through Amazon. And then I also got some books that directly came to us, from my website orders. And Amazon, I don't know who's buying my books. It doesn't tell me who's buying my book. But through my website, I know who is buying my book because they're placing an order. And the funny part was that sometimes I would surprise them and do a little personalize the books. Or I will send them an email and say, hey, this is Minal. I just wanted to say hi. And I would get phone calls and messages saying, I can't believe that the author of the book is actually emailing us or messaging us, and I would just go to Instagram and DM them and say, hey, I see that you had placed a book order. I sent it out today. I put a little note in there for you, and please let me know what you thought about the book. And I would have people type back like, I can't believe that you're replying to us about the book. So you always want to engage with your audience. You always want to make sure that they are there for you. And this is something that you have to do, not just as an author, but just as a human being, just as a business owner, just as an individual. You want to engage with people. This is why I said somebody who does your marketing should have a little bit of extroverted energy, because this is a part of that game. It's a part of people knowing who you are, and that engagement has to flow naturally through them. So definitely something that you could do that too. All right, another question that we got on here is, it's really hard for us to get, let me just try to do that. Great tips, get personal. Yes, absolutely get personal. If you are watching, make sure you say hello or put it in the comments so I know who you are. All right, another tip that I'm getting on here is that I am really camera shy. And I know that now we have to do reels and all this cool stuff. How do I get comfortable with it? So if you are camera shy, we all go through this, guys. I do things like this all the time. I'm literally recording videos, teaching virtually online, being in person, speaking on stages, but doing stuff like this. It's a real thing. I totally agree. I totally get you. Being camera shy, being uncomfortable with camera, especially with a live, where if I were to do something crazy right now, everybody's going to watch me and this is going to stay out in the universe forever. Yeah, it is really scary. So I have 3 specific tips for you if you are camera shy or if you're not as comfortable with camera as you should be. Tip number 1. So for Instagram, if you're going to go live, you can go to the live button and then you have an option there. So if you go to the little settings area, you have a little option there that says just practice by yourself. So it's a private live. So you can just go on and you can just practice. You could do the same thing for Facebook on your personal page. You could go live and just select your audience to be only me. You would create a Facebook group with other person and you can also just go live in there and you can just practice, right? But you want to make sure, for me, I think a Facebook group is a great idea for you to do it so that you can see how you feel when somebody else is watching you. If you're only doing it by yourself and nobody's watching you, that's a different feeling than people who are already here who are watching you. So definitely the first thing is practice, and practice with people you trust. So Facebook group, add your significant other or your best friend or your team members and go live and practice it. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, you have to have some fun. Like if you look at me right now, I'm smiling, I'm happy, I'm in my sweater here. Like I'm not, usually if you see me outside of my home office, you will see me dressed up in heels, usually always a dress. I hardly ever do anything else except a dress. Hair's done, makeup's done, the whole thing, right? And it's a little bit more, I'm still who I am. I'm still this casual person. But what I've learned is that you have to be you when you are on camera and you have to have some fun with it. Like if somebody asks you a question you don't know, you can say, hey, you know what? I actually don't know that. It's a really good question and I'm going to find out the answer for you and I'll make sure that I send you a DM. So it's easy for you to do that, but you have to have fun. Your energy translates through the camera. Like all of you who are watching me right now, go ahead and comment below. Can you feel my energy? Can you feel that when I'm talking to you? That energy is translative. So if your energy is anxious and you're just kind of like reading the comments and just trying to do that, that's going to translate. If you're like, hey, yes, this is totally fun, thank you so much for being here. If your energy is more optimistic, it's more outgoing, again, you're going to have fun. And it just takes a little bit of time to get comfortable with that, but just have some fun on camera. It's totally okay. If you mess up, it's totally fine. Just say I messed up. And I have messed up many, many times. I have dropped drinks on me. One time I had my top inside out. One time I started speaking another language because English is my 3rd language. So I started speaking another language because I was so nervous. I have done all of that too. It's totally okay. Just practice, get comfortable. The 3rd one, and this is the one that I love to share just because you're like, Minal, I'm just not that camera person. Like I get in front of a camera and then I just don't know what to say. What I love is that you can also get people to interview you. You can also get a team member, a significant other, somebody behind the camera that we can see asking you questions and you're the ones answering. So it's easy for you to do that because if you have somebody who's answering questions for you while you are live, or even if you're in camera, or even if it's a recorded video, then it's a conversation. You're not so worried about the audience in the live world. You're not so worried about the online stuff. You're just having a conversation with somebody. So I'm a huge believer that if you don't feel comfortable, get somebody there and get them to interview you. And they just start asking you questions and you just start answering them. And that's a natural flow of conversation. So this is why I was saying you that you have 3 different tips if you're feeling camera shy. Now I'm going to give you a pro tip here. And that is if you absolutely hate camera, like if you absolutely hate being on camera, if you are uncomfortable with it, if you just hate it, it's one of those things that you go to sleep at night and you're like cursing in your sleep going, why do I have to get on camera? This is not what I like to do, right? It's okay. It's totally fine if you don't get on camera. I know that we talk about reels and we talk about videos, and I know that all the statistics coming out are like video. And I know that even, we are all sharing all these tips, and it may be something that's causing anxiety. It's something that you're like, I just simply don't believe in it. Well, what you want to start doing then is this. You could simply just get a brand ambassador or somebody who is there, who's on camera, but you may not have to be on camera. It's totally okay, guys. It's totally okay. And, don't put yourself in an uncomfortable position. I don't want you to not try. I do want you to try. Because I think that once you get trying into it, you'll be great. Like, I'll give you an example. I was working with a healthcare practice, and the doctor is a baby boomer. And when I, first talked to him and all of this thing, he was like, who are you? Why am I doing this stuff? I don't want to do live videos. This is not what I do. This is not my thing. And I was like, that's totally fine. I just want you to try it once and see what happens. Now I have to call him up and be like, okay, you're doing too many live videos. You're literally going live every single day, and we need to stop that. We are really going to annoy our audience. We can't be going live every single day here with you just talking about all the stuff. Like, we gotta calm down. And he's like, I can't believe how much I love live videos. So I do want you to try. I do want you to try the reels. I want you to try the live videos if you can. I do want you to try it. If you absolutely hate it, it's okay. I get it. It's not for you. We just get somebody else. If you still want video to be a huge part of you, you get a brand ambassador, and the brand ambassador will help you too. So that's really great. So I have a comment here. Yes, I prefer that because it's uncomfortable for me to stare at camera and not know who's watching. I get it. Being on camera is not always easy for people. Practice, like I mentioned, practice. Learn to have fun. Just be who you are. People already like you in real life for who you are. So come on camera and be who you are. And the third one, if you really feel uncomfortable, get somebody to ask you questions and you just answer them. And that's why it's a normal flow of conversation. So you could do that really well. That's great. Hi, Sir Atlanta. Hi for joining. Hello. I see we have a lot more people who joined us. Hi. Again, if you're here, comment, say hello. And if you have marketing questions, answer them as well. I will answer them, but I hope you're enjoying the live marketing Q&A. So I know that we talked about Instagram and Instagram changing its feed options, right? So what happened is in December, pretty much, Instagram came out and said that they are going to give people options on how they want to view their feed. This is really important because you see, right now, the way the algorithm works for our Instagram feed is that the algorithm knows what our preferences are, right? What we like, what we don't like. Like for me, everybody knows I'm an enthusiastic shoe lover. So you can just imagine my feed. My feed is 50% shoes. Seriously. If I were to go into my Instagram feed, it's like shoes, because that's what I do. Instagram knows that. So right now it's based on your likes, the kind of things you watch, who you are, kind of that stuff. That's how the algorithm is. So you will still have that option to keep the feed the way that it is right now. The second option of the feed is going to be the chronological order. So back, circa, like way before in the 1990s, no, in the early 2000s, when we did have Instagram popped up and had that, it had something called the chronological feed. The chronological feed is the same thing where it's chronological order. So if I were to post at 3 p.m., you see my post. If somebody else posts at 5 p.m., you see their post at 5 p.m., right? So it's in a chronological order. So people are going to have the option to have the feed in a chronological order. I know. So it's not like they will just keep seeing your stuff because it's in a chronological order. And then the third one is you can also do favorites. So let's say that you're following my page right now, right? You're going to have the option to add my page as a favorite. So when you add it as a favorite, no matter what, if I were to post, you're going to see my post because you add it as a favorite. So these are 3 different ways that people are going to have the option to have their feed. Now, we don't know, they pretty much said that this is all going to be rolled out in the first half of 2022. This is just January of 2022, and it's slowly rolling out, so it's going to take some time. And we don't know what everybody's going to react to. We don't know, depending on your business, your practice, whoever you are, how your audience reacts is a different thing, and what they decide to do is a different thing. So what I want you to start doing is get comfortable with sharing valuable posts. The reason I say that you want to start sharing valuable posts is because the first thing with a valuable post is this. No matter which feed that you decide, your audience decides to have, right? Whether it's a chronological feed, whether it's the algorithm feed, or whether the last one, like I said, the option is a favorite one. If it's a favorite one, you're always going to see it. But with the other two, if you start sharing valuable content, number one, even if it's chronological, people are going to try and save that post. So even if you posted it and somebody else posted after that and they're seeing that in the field, if they see your post, they're going to try and save that post because it's valuable content. It's something that people are going to want to go back with. On Instagram, people do that. They save this. Maybe some of you will save this video when I'm done. It's a little, it's a little 2 arrow thing on the bottom there. It looks like a bookmark. That's how you save items on Instagram, like post on Instagram. So maybe you're like, oh, Minal asked all these questions. She answered them all live here. I want to save this so that I can go back to it. Maybe you will save it. You have a little arrow where maybe you will share a post, right? So having valuable content always helps. And the second part of it is if it's based on algorithm, and if you're seeing this content, then clearly the algorithm is going to want to share more and more valuable content. So focus on value. And I want you to ask this question to yourself. Am I sharing content because I have to share content? Or am I sharing content because there is a goal behind it? Let's repeat that. Am I sharing content because I have to share it? Or am I sharing content with a goal behind it? Because if you're sharing content with a goal, with some engagement tips and tricks, that means that people are going to actually care about it. They are actually going to communicate and engage with you, right? On the opposite end, it doesn't work that way. So you want to start looking at these questions, and you want to start kind of, going through everything and understanding that, hey, you know what? Not everything that we do specifically, and not everything that we post is necessary for us to post. And that's totally okay. Here's a pro tip that you may have seen that I've been doing different things with my feed lately because we are experimenting with all this stuff going on. I experiment constantly. So there will be days where I may share 3 times. There may be days where I may not share for 3 days. There may be days where I'm doing the story. And there may be days where I'm doing post, because I experiment all the time to see how things are going to work. And I can tell you that right now, clearly reels are number 1 in post, followed by stories, followed by post. Reels, stories, posts. So I know that a lot of us are posting, which is great. I want you to keep posting. But I also want you to start adding stories. Because stories means a lot of people, when they go on their IG, like when they go on their newsfeed, they just look at the top at people's little circles with little stories, and they just click on their little stories. So if you're posting something, reshare that as a story, or talk about that post in your story, right? Get people to do that. Ask questions in your story, make polls in your story, share a photo in your story. But I do want you to start interacting with stories quite a bit. And if you're already doing reels, good for you. If you haven't done reels yet, go into my Reels section, find the reel with me in the orange dress that says hello, find that reel, and in that reel, I actually, if you look at the caption, in the caption, I actually write down a lot of cool stuff. This is all the information that you can do to replicate that reel. And then on top of that, I also send out emails. So just today, we sent out emails to all of my audiences talking about the new feed and what they can do and what's changing and how to do the captioning, all of that. So you can get through all of that. Just go to my link tree. All of my stuff is on there that you can access as well. But yeah, I think we are pretty okay. It's 5:33, so I like to do this for half an hour. If you have more questions, please always make sure, if I didn't get to your question, I'll make sure that I DM you your answer as well. But I hope you enjoyed this live Q&A on IG. I hope you did that. If you did, make sure you give me some high fives and let me know that you enjoyed it. But thank you for the hearts, guys. You guys are so awesome. But yeah, I'm here. If you have any questions, just DM. My team is on IG as well. So if you don't find me, sometimes my team will reply back and say, hey, this is Minal's team. And, we'll get the question to her. But I am available. I'm here for you. And I look forward to chatting soon. Bye, guys.